of it from the throw from Todd Elam from right field. And I don't know if Dockery knew the ball was in his glove or not. Foul ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Call, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. Hall at second base. Foul ball.
Put some muscle to it, Shannon. Bring it around there. Come on, Shannon. Come on, Shannon.
Breaking pitch up high, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Nathan Tuck would be next. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Vikings leading 3-1. Ball's popped up. And who's calling for it? First baseman. And he's got it. Eric Ross into the leather for the 3rd out on the inning. 1 run, 1 hit. 1 run, 2 hits. And 1 man left on base. So after 4 complete, Powell Valley 3, Twin Springs 1. Chopper by Aaron Hillman. A tough play for the defense. Down to first base, the throw, and it gets away. The throw over to first gets away. Don't know if they would have got him anyway. Hillman down to first base. This will take us to the top of the lineup. The shortstop number 3, Brian Farmer. The fans here want to get a hello and a howdy out to Papaw Zirkle down there at Clinch Haven. So Papaw Zirkle, a big hello goes out to you from NTV and the fans here at the ball game at the Region D. Big Stone fans said hello to Papaw Zirkle down there at Clinch Haven. Hillman at first, Farmer the batter. No balls, 1 strike here in the top of the 5th inning. Vikings lead 3-1. Ball's popped up. Ryan Witt calls it. The shortstop has it. For the 1st out of the inning, this will bring up the second baseman, number 6, Quentin Bias. Bias on the day, singled in the 1st. And reached on an error in the 3rd. Want to know the count, the pitch? Swing and a miss, strike 1. Hollering at the dog that's watching the ball game here. Foul ball down the 3rd base line and drops in. Jack, I don't know if you can get a shot of the dog here in a minute, can you? Every time the ball goes to the left, he'll run around on one side of the field. If it goes to the right, he runs over there. He's a ball fan because everywhere he goes, or everywhere the ball goes, he's not too far behind. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. Quentin Bias the batter. John Baldwin on deck. Runner going, chopper to the pitcher. Dickinson throws to first, nearly lost his footing. So Quentin Bias advances Aaron Hillman down to second base. 1-3 for the 2nd out on Quentin Bias. This will bring up the pitcher, number 16, John Baldwin. Breaking pitch, strike one. One ball, one strike. Well, Jack's got a shot of, what they say, Joe the dog. Boy, now watching. He is really concentrating on that baseball. Ryan Witt sneaking in behind Aaron Hillman at second base. Throw was not made by Dickinson. Swing and a miss, strike two. From the stretch and the pitch. Breaking pitch, call, strike three. Gone down looking. It's a whiff on John Baldwin for the third out of the inning. On the inning, no runs, no hits, 1 man left, 1 Powell Valley error. After 4.5 innings of play, Powell Valley 3, Twin Springs 1. Are we on? Oh, we was laughing about the half and half going on here right now, so I'll let it go at that. The half and half wasn't very much, and people were laughing when they didn't win it, but I told them if it was about $1,000, they would have probably been kicking gravel, throwing their hats and whatever. Here we go in the fourth inning. Nathan Tuck let me get this right now. In the 5th inning, Nathan Tuck, Travis Kern, Ryan Witt. Nathan Tuck flies out to the center fielder. Where did I get 7th inning at? 1 away. This will bring up the second baseman, number 5, Travis Kern. I know where I got that 7. Someone said they'd bought 7 of those half and half tickets. That's what. It's a 5th inning, however. 3-1 Vikings. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away to Travis Kern.
There you go.
Fly ball, center fielder, Wes Davidson. Wes is taking care of both of these. He's in the leather for 2 outs in center field. This will take us top of the lineup. The shortstop, number 4, Ryan Witt. Powell Valley, 3 runs, 5 hits. Twin Springs, 1 run, 3 hits. All's nubbed up. John Baldwin, the pitcher, calling for it. And just like that, 3 up and 3 down. On the inning, no runs, no hits, and nobody left. After 5 complete, Powell Valley 3, Twin Springs 1. This game brought to you in part by Holiday Inn of Norton, Appalachian Oil, and Holiday Inn, the hotel there in Norton, the restaurant, the Lonesome Pine Room, and the lounge, the Fizz in Norton. Well, that dog, he just stole the ball from a little kid here, and he's watching one got by Clay Pruitt in the warm-ups here, and he started barking at Clay wanting that baseball. And old Bowser, he's in the game now. Every time that ball's fouled away, he's chasing after it. 4-5-6 for the Titans in the top of the 6th inning. Jason Dockery, Todd Elam, and David Mitchell for the Titans 6th. The catcher, number 17, Jason Dockery. Grounded out in the 1st and struck out in the 4th. Ball one. And the pitch from Wes Dickinson. Call strike. Popped up and out of play. One ball, two strikes to Jason Dockery. Breaking pitch misses up high. 2-2. Go Butch 2-2. Butch would say the ballerina pitch and the delivery. Swing and a miss, strike three. Dockery. It's a whiff. 7th strikeout of the day for Dickinson. This will bring up the right fielder, number 4, Todd Elam. Elam grounded out in the 2nd and in the 4th. Out to Travis Kern, a line drive. He's got it for the 2nd out. Travis Kern in the leather at 2nd base. This will bring up the 3rd baseman, number 11, David Mitchell. Mitchell grounded out the pitcher back in the 2nd, singled in the 4th. And Mitchell shows you how strong he is. He fisted that ball into right center field for a single. He didn't get it all. He hit it like off the fist of the bat and still powered it into right center for a hit. That is the 4th hit of the day for the Titans. So Mitchell at first base. This will bring up the center fielder, number 5, Wes Davidson. This is one man you don't want to get on base because I've had the opportunity to see him play, and this guy can run like the wind. He can fly. Mitchell at first. Foul ball out of play. Wow. That ball hit the concession stand tent, and if that tent hadn't been there, I believe it would have clunked one of the cooks over there. That cook was clunked. If that tent wasn't there, he turned around and waved at everybody. Wow, he had a Honaker cap on. That would have flattened that cap out over there. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 away. Throw back to first. Not in time. Jack the dog over here. He's still looking for a baseball. Jackie the dog then. Okay. Nice observation there, Jack. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. And the dog's sitting here at the fence and saying, please let that ball come over here at the fence and I'll clean it for you. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Alan Hammonds would be next. Call, strike 3. Davidson goes down looking. 8th strikeout of the game for Wes Dickinson. On the inning, no runs, 1 hit, 1 man left on base, no Viking errors. After 5.5 innings of play, Powell Valley 3, Twin Springs 1. Okay, here we are. We're giving B.K. Walker, the third assistant coach, a rough time over here. He teasing the dog with a baseball. Here we are in the bottom of the sixth. 2-3-4 for the Vikings. Burns, Zirkle, and Reed. Burns in the first inning, singled and scored, grounded out in the third. And a shot down the third base line. That should be worth at least two. Around first base and held at first. The way that was going down the line, it looked like he had a sure double, but a solid single for Brandon Burns. So 2 for 3 on the afternoon is Burns. Burns at first is to bring up the first baseman, number 12, Todd Zirkle. The Z-Man in the first inning, flied out in the first, singled in the fourth. 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Runner going, throw to second. Not in time. Burns swipes second. Ball 2, high and outside.
Make it blow your strike. Make it be in there, Todd.
Call strike. 1 ball, 2 strike. I'm sorry, 2 balls, 1 strike. Breaking pitch misses inside, 3-1. And a shot down the right field line, foul ball. Oh, that hit that asphalt. That won't stop rolling until it gets to Swords Creek, Aunt Blue. A shot to right field. Will the park hold it? It could be, possibly, it be. Touch 'em all, Todd Zirkle, you just went yard.
How'd you like that, Papa?
Well, we just told by the fans here, how'd you like that, Papaw Zirkle? As the Z-Man just hit a 2-run home run, Todd Zirkle. Brandon Burns and Zirkle touch them all. It's up there, it's out there, it's out of there. I guess that was for Papaw Zirkle down at Clinch Haven.
They're working on it, I guess.
Left fielder number 9, Kevin Reed. The score is 5-1. And that ball got out of here in a hurry.
She's sitting over here on the bottom bleacher. They're helping her. They're not going to let her mess up.
Vikings scored 2 in the first, 1 in the fourth, 2 here in the sixth. Davidson calling for it in center. And he's got it. F8 for the first out. This will bring up the catcher, number 1, Clay Pruitt. On the day for Pruitt, he had a 2 RBI single in the first. He drove home Ryan Witt and Brandon Burns. Flied out in the fourth. 1 for 2 on the afternoon with 2 RBIs. Ball 1. So Witt has scored 1. Brandon Burns has scored twice. Todd Zirkle once. Kevin Reed once for the 5 runs for the Vikings. The first 4 batters in the lineup have scored all 5 runs, with Burns scoring twice. Way ahead of that foul ball. Grounder foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Vikings leading the Titans 5-1.
You're ready now, Clay. Work hard now, Clay. Keep an eye on it, Clay. That's by you. Make it be in there, Clay.
Up high, ball 2, 2-2. Grounder to Mitchell at third. The throw over, and it gets by the first baseman, Ross. So error on the throw. Pruitt reaches on an E5. First error that I have unofficially given to Twin Springs today. So Pruitt at first. Jake step in to run for Pruitt. Courtesy runner. This will bring up the third baseman, number 8, Matt Hall. No, we have a pinch hitter. Number 21, Brandon Begley, now the batter. Brandon Begley, number 21, into pinch hit for Matt Hall. Hall had grounded out in the second and had an RBI single in the fourth. He was 1 for 2 in the afternoon. And that might bring rain. A high pop-up. Shortstop calling for it, and he's got it, Brian Farmer. That is the second out of the inning. This will bring up the designated hitter, number 2, Shannon Bishop.
Bring him around, Shannon.
Ball 1, down low. In the dirt, ball 2. Grounder over to the second baseman, Quentin Bias, over to Eric Ross, 4-3 in the book for the third out of the inning. On the inning, however, 2 more runs crossed as Todd Zirkle hits a 2-run home run. On the inning, 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 man left on base. After 6 complete, Powell Valley 5, Twin Springs 1. This game brought to you in part by Appalachian Oil and Holiday Inn of Norton.
Work hard, guys.
Here we go. We're in the top of the 7th inning. The Titans need to come up with at least 4 to keep this game moving. Hammonds, Hillman, Farmer, 8, 9, and 1 for the Titans. Alan Hammonds, the left fielder. Chopper out to Dickinson. Turns around, fires to first. In time, 1-3 for out number 1. This game has moved right along. How much video time have we used, Jack? About an hour video time. This brings up the designated hitter, number 15, Aaron Hillman.
time. There you go.
Call strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to the designated hitter of the Twin Springs Titans. Unless a rally is mounted, the Vikings will face the Hayside Tigers tomorrow in the second game. The first game tomorrow will be the St. Paul Deacons and the Honaker Tigers.
You're even with him, Wes. Don't let him get ahead.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Now slip one by, Wes.
Call, strike 3. Hillman goes down looking. It's a whiff. That is the 9th strikeout of the day for Wes Dickinson. Back to the top of the lineup, the shortstop, number 3, Brian Farmer, the last hope for Twin Springs here in the Region D opening round. Popped up, and that just about will do it. As Todd Zirkle calls for it, he's in the leather, and that's it. As the Powell Valley Vikings have defeated the Twin Springs Titans 5-1. And I'll be back in just a moment to give you the stats on today's game as Powell Valley will advance to the semifinals to face the Hayside Tigers. Okay, a few stats on the game. Powell Valley Vikings defeating the Twin Springs Titans 5-1. For the Vikings, they come up with 5 runs. They had 7 hits. They left a total of 2 men on base, and they committed 2 errors. For the Twin Springs Titans, they had 1 run, 4 hits. They left a total of 6 men on base, and Twin Springs committed 1 error in the game. The winning pitcher, Wes Dickinson, he pitched a CG, a complete game, 7 innings pitched. He allowed 1 run, 4 hits. He walked 1 and struck out 9. The losing pitcher, John Baldwin, he also got the complete game, 6 innings pitched.
Since we got rain now, so I have to delay in the day or so. I'm Wes, principal.
Our travels in and around Southwest Virginia have taken us to some very lofty, beautiful places. We've also managed to kick up our heels a time or two. So sit back, relax, and we'll give you a peek at some of the marvelous places we have right in our own backyard. First stop is at the Mount Rogers National Recreation Area and White Top Mountain. White Top is the second highest peak in Virginia at 5,570 feet. It also boasts the highest automobile road in the Commonwealth, which is how we got there. The mountain got its name from the many days during the fall, winter, and spring when its top is covered with frost or snow. On a clear day, the view is unsurpassed. Sense of adventure, the Appalachian Trail crosses over the mountain, or you can just sit in one spot for a 180-degree view of a landscape created by volcanoes. Located in the Mount Rogers National Recreation Area is Grayson Highland State Park. This park has many hiking trails with breathtaking views, and it's the only Virginia state park that offers a special camping area for people that bring their horses. Place to start your tour is at the Visitor Center. Here you'll get a glimpse into the past to a bygone era of mountain life. Past alive, visit the Jones Homestead. First built in the early 1800s, the cabin has been recreated on the original foundation. Here, periodically, the park has crafts and musicians, molasses making, and more. On our visit, we got a flatfoot dance demonstration from Jack Dollinger.
I ain't nothing to that. See here,
there are numerous picnic areas throughout the park. We stopped at the Wildcat Overlook to eat lunch. After lunch, we enjoyed the wonderful view at 4,950 feet above sea level. On our trek of the park, we saw lots of wildlife like turkey and deer. The deer were just as interested in us as we were in them. We also saw wild ponies. Some of these ponies get auctioned off at the Grayson Highlands Fall Festival. In addition to its own hiking trails, the park offers access to the Appalachian Trail. Grayson Highlands State Park is beautiful in all seasons, and it's well worth the visit, whether you're on foot, horseback, or just driving through. Another park with some spectacular scenery and one of my all-time favorite places is Breaks Interstate Park. So named not because it's near an interstate, but because it's on the Virginia-Kentucky border. Breaks Interstate Park was created in 1954 by a joint action of the Kentucky and Virginia legislatures. It covers 4,500 acres of woodlands and skyscraping scenery. The fork of the Big Sandy River has carved the largest canyon east of the Mississippi. It's more than 5 miles long and 1,600 feet deep. The Breaks Canyon, estimated to be some 250 million years old, is sometimes called the Grand Canyon of the South, or the Grand Canyon with clothes on. The park has more than just scenery to offer. It has cabins, picnic and camping facilities, a swimming pool, a motel, an amphitheater, lots of hiking trails, and a wonderful restaurant. There's also a visitor center chock full of history. Nearby is a reconstructed log cabin, and even a moonshine still. Fishing is another pastime, available in Laurel Lake, along with pedal boats. For a little side trip, you can visit the John W. Flanagan Dam and Reservoir. The dam, completed in 1964, was built primarily for flood control. With almost 40 miles of shoreline nestled in the mountains, it's lovely. Now we go to the far southwest end of the state for a visit to Pennington Gap in Lee County. There is located the Afro-American Historical Cultural Center.
In 1938, my great-great-grandmother, Rachel Scott, sold this property to the school so that a black school might be built for the black community.
We had classes from primer through the 7th. And during that time, we had primer through the 7th. We had a warm morning stove, pot belly stove they call it. But most of the time, we'd have to make our fire after we arrived at school. So we'd and all the children we'd stand around or have classes around the stove until the room got warm. And so after the room warmed up, we would go into our own areas, the corners. We had seats similar to that one right there, little desk. And we'd have recess, and we'd go out to play. Everybody had recess at the same time. Our bathrooms were on the outside.
I can remember games that we used to play. We didn't have a playground, no playground equipment. We would take socks and roll them up into like a ball, and our parents would sew the socks into a round shape, and we would go out to the fields and play softball. And to us, that was like playing baseball. We didn't have any toys or any playground equipment. And as Mrs. Camp mentioned, we didn't have a lunchroom, so we had to bring our lunches in brown bags. But we were united, and at that time, we really enjoyed going to school here.
In 1987, the one-room schoolhouse became a center to preserve Lee County's black history.
Our goal is to store as much black history that we can in this building. It's very important to us that our children will have some type of a legacy. As you may be aware, blacks in Appalachia is a dying culture. It's important because a lot of the white children here in the county can go through the whole school and not see a black child. And it's important because when they leave this county and go to other schools, they need to know that other cultures do exist.
I think you give them a way to being acquainted and to know how the black culture, live and understand them when they want to get away where they are more. And it's good for our own children because they're going, they don't know anything about one-room buildings, the younger ones and my grandchildren. And I'd like for them to preserve it so they can know what happened back in the 60s and before the 60s.
1 mile north of Pennington Gap is Stoneface Rock. One local theory has it that the rock is an ancient Cherokee Indian head carved by the Cherokees to mark the entrance of the holy worshiping grounds and gathering place for the Cherokee Nation. Stoneface Rock can be viewed day or night, year-round. Now we move on to Big Stone Gap and the John Fox Jr. House. The volunteers here do a wonderful job of telling the story of one of America's best-known authors of the early 20th century.
Well, John Fox Jr. wrote 12 Lonesome Pine, Little Shepherd of Kingdom Come. He was an author. He also was a war correspondent. He had 12 books published. greatest was Trail of the Lonesome Pine and Little Shepherd of Kingdom Come, both of which were made into a stage play. And of course in our area, the Trail of the Lonesome Pine is our outdoor drama, which envisions everything that John Fox Jr. saw in the mountains around here, and the people, their culture, the way they lived, and what this area is all about, going back to the 1890s and brought up to date. We come in from the porch, and this is the parlor and the dining room. At the time the Fox family came here in the late 1880s, there was only this room and the one there, and 2 rooms above. And from that, we now have 20 rooms and 5 bathrooms, each with a fireplace in it. All the furniture here is the original furniture that was used by the Fox family. No one but the Fox family ever lived in this house from 1888 up until 1970. We're now in the dining room of the John Fox Jr. Museum, and on the piano you'll see a copy of the Trail of the Lonesome Pine, which is one of the original older copies. John Fox Jr. and his mother both sang and played the piano, the guitar, and they sang together. You'll notice that the piano is in the dining room. At that time, when all the family was here, this was used only for the dining room. But later on, as members of the family moved away or passed away, it became the den, so to speak, or the nest for Miss Minnie Fox and Miss Elizabeth Fox, who were the only 2 here at that time. And over on the wall, you will see a picture of Mother and Father Fox. Father Fox's hobby was clockmaking. You'll see those. But John Fox Jr. always loved to come back here when he wasn't feeling well, when he needed to write. This was his home. And in 1912, Mother and Father Fox, John Fox Jr.'s parents, celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary here in this room. Now we're in one of the downstairs bedrooms of the John Fox Jr. Museum. This bedroom, as you can see, is more modern in the wallpaper and such because it was added on much later, after John Fox Jr. had married. In the closet you have seen kimonos and things that John Fox Jr. sent back from the Orient while he was a war correspondent. The bed is a representation of the furniture that's upstairs. On the dresser you will find Miss Elizabeth's toilet articles, so to speak, with the shoe buttoner and the buffer and things we no longer use today, but were very much used in those days. This is the second bedroom downstairs. This one, this bed, and the dresser that goes with it, Mother and Father Fox brought with them when they came here, and it's pure rosewood. The family loved this because at that time it had already served the family for 3 generations. And it was called, not very nice, this is the dying and the birthing bed. When someone was real sick or just born, they got to use this bed with Mama and Papa. We're now in the study of John Fox Jr., and this is the heart of the whole museum. This is where John Fox Jr. came to write. He felt like in this room he could write because he knew his father was always close by. He said he could hear the birds singing, he could hear the water from the fountain, and things were more or less at peace. So here he could write. And in this room you will see different things, way his books were first published in serial form in magazines. You'll see illustrations of the Kentuckian, the Trail of the Lonesome Pine, Little Shepherd of Kingdom Come. You can see a haversack that he used as a war correspondent for the Scrivener magazine.
We've just shown a small portion of what there is here to see at the John Fox Jr. house. It really is like taking a step back in time and well worth the visit. But it's time for us to move on to High Knob, just down the road from Big Stone Gap. Over Norton in far southwest Virginia is High Knob and Flag Rock. This mountain has a lot to offer with the High Knob Recreation Area, a part of the Jefferson National Forest and the Clinch Ranger District. When we visited back in the fall, we took a walk to the observation tower. It was one of the clearest days anyone could remember for years, and the view, it was spectacular. Mountains as far as the eye could see. From here you can see Kentucky, West Virginia, North Carolina, Tennessee, and Virginia. It's time to visit Norton itself and the country cabin of Josephine for a step back in time. And a lively step it is, too. The cabin was built in 1937 and 38 under President Roosevelt's WPA program as a community recreation center. The cabin was used by Kate Peters Sturgill and Doc Boggs, Southwest Virginia's most prominent ballad and folk singers. Local musicians gathered on Friday and Saturday nights for square dances, box suppers, cakewalks, and other social activities. During the 40s, the property was sold and became a private residence. In August of 1988, it was deeded to Appalachian Traditions, a nonprofit organization dedicated to the preservation, promotion, and perpetuation of traditional Appalachian culture. Today, it's a return to its purpose of the past at the cabin, where you can find good, clean family fun. Each Saturday night year-round, folks gather to enjoy local and regional music. Everyone has a good time, dancing, participating in the cakewalks, participating in broom dances. No one is a stranger here, and we've had a lot of fun on this taping session. Appalachian Traditions also sponsors workshops and the annual Doc Boggs Festival. A group that stemmed from the activities at the cabin is the Sugarcane Cloggers. We caught up to the Cloggers at a practice session. The country cabin have lots of exciting plans for expansion, but in the meantime, it's still well worth the visit. The public is cordially invited to attend every Saturday night for traditional mountain music and warm hospitality. Another fun place to visit for good, clean family fun is the Carter Family Memorial Music Center. Here also, the spirit of traditional mountain music is being kept alive each weekend throughout the year with music shows and exhibits of historic mementos. For some background, a visit to the old A.P. Carter store is a must. Nestled in the hills of Mesa Spring, Virginia, where A.P. was born and raised, the store has been turned into a museum which houses hundreds of Carter family items. The Carter family was discovered by Ralph Peer, a Victor talent scout. The original Carter family, consisting of A.P. Carter, his wife Sarah, and her cousin Maybelle, made their first recording in August of 1927 and became the pioneers of what was to become country music. Between 1927 and 42, the Carter family recorded 300 songs, 100 of which were A.P. Carter songs. Songs such as Wildwood Flower, I'm Thinking Tonight of My Blue Eyes, and Keep on the Sunny Side. Among the many items at the museum are original pressings of Carter family 78 RPM recordings, photographs, books, musical instruments, show clothes, and more. Carter Store and Museum is the Carter Family Fold. Every Saturday night, it comes alive with traditional mountain music. Founded in 1979, the center's goal is to preserve and further old-time music played on acoustical instruments and to carry on the work, goals, ideals, and traditions of the original Carter family. The founder and director is Jeanette Carter. A composer and performer in her own right, Jeanette is the youngest daughter of A.P. and Sarah. She acts as mistress of ceremonies at the shows, playing and singing Carter family songs and introducing other performers. She is often joined by her brother Joe, as she was the night we visited.